Greetings, ChetFlux of ChetFlux News here with coverage of the Week 8 match between CrossFlux and APLeaky in the Sparkman Yugitube Dueling Tourney. Before I go into the details, let's first thank the sponsors of this event: Orica Shop, Top Sleeves TCG, Game Day Toys and Games, and Aster's World. Thanks also to Sparkman for organizing this event. CrossFlux is still on his losing streak, and here's hoping he loses the rest of his games. Once again piloting a waifu deck, let's see if his Witchcrafter scientists can match wits with the expert hackers, the Altergeists. CrossFlux needs a win ASAP. Get it? My talents are wasted on this pathetic channel. CrossFlux begins Game 1 as first player. Opening a decent hand, he prioritizes getting his Smug Witch onto the field early, dumping a Schmeta in the process. He utilizes some German engineering in order to get a By-Street into the grave. Normal summoning a Jenny and linking into Almirage gives him a little protection. Ending his turn, he paves By-Street onto the field, hoping that the blanket negate from there and the double protection of Almirage and By-Street is enough to keep him in this game. ASAP starts things off with a Prosperity, confirming that he is, in fact, on Altergeist. Summoning Meluseek and trying to get in for some cheeky damage would be great, since Meluseek sends to grave, it doesn't actually destroy. In order to save his witch, CrossFlux must negate here. ASAP is forced to end his turn on a Linkuriboh and a singular back row. This shouldn't be too hard for CrossFlux to deal with. Seeing the Meluseek in grave, CrossFlux tries to steal it with Uriah, but Judgment says no. This was a great activation from ASAP, as otherwise he'd be staring down an access code talker. After resolving his trap, he throws down a Multifaker, bringing with it a Silcatus. This bounce would be bad, so CrossFlux needs to negate once more. If only Effect Veiler could be used during his own turn. At least it could be used to stop Multifakers recruiting on ASAP's next turn. After baiting out the Ver negate with Silcatus once more, ASAP is free to go into the legendary Dragoon. Having plenty of cards in hand means that CrossFlux is going to have to worry about a ton of negates. He's low on resources himself, so there's seemingly no way for him to come back from this. After a relatively dead draw, CrossFlux ends up ceding to ASAP, going first to not only establish a board of his own, but also to deny ASAP the ability to set up a bunch of traps. CrossFlux is equipped for Game 2. Too bad he folds easily to a singular Ash Blossom. He searches for an Aruru to have some sort of interruption on ASAP's turn, but things already aren't looking good. Meluseek once again weasels her way around CrossFlux's only form of interruption, disposing of his only monster. He then sets 3 and passes with 2 cards in hand. CrossFlux tries to build a board before things can get too out of hand, but a singular trap brings down the Multifaker plus Silcatus combo once more. He needs to apply what pressure he can, so CrossFlux burns his Monster Reborn now to bring back his Hain. Linkuriboh keeps Silcatus safe. Having no spells to pitch for Hain, she's now useless to CrossFlux. He turns his 2 monsters into Dark to try and steal a monster once again. This time, not Judgment, but Strike gets flipped, leaving CrossFlux with nothing. There's actually an opportunity here to try and turn things around, but CrossFlux draws a brick on his following turn, leaving him no way of capitalizing on the relatively open board state. And as you know, if you give a purple deck one turn, they'll take a mile. With the momentary reprieve, ASAP is able to pull things together splendidly by establishing some interruptions, one of which being Dragoon once more. This is simply the nail on the coffin, and CrossFlux once again loses. Congrats to APLeaky for beating CrossFlux 2-0. Altergeist is a nasty deck with a ton of surprises, and you prove to be the better duelist. That's all for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember to have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one.